My father was a baseball coach.
And what happened? You saw you met
No,
each other.
I mean, and of course, I was in school.
How many years you folks married now?
I don't like even count.
I think we were at 63.
We right now.
63 and
We
me and
just.
my husband, 63 years.
And 2 months.
Would be 63.
About
Yeah,
50? Are you 50?
Over
Wow.
50.
63 and 2 months.
He died when he was 94. He made 94. And then he died 18, 19, 20.
2 days later.
2 days after
94 years old.
her husband.
Yeah, and he was still good, you know, the mind was
But she
strong.
said he was already working with them.
We about
Walking in the
50.
house. I didn't know that. Really?
56 years
56.
married
You're
about.
56 years
56.
married.
About.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's good.
wow.
My oldest is.
To the same
My
wife.
oldest is
Oh,
60.
To the same wife.
Your oldest is
Well,
60.
same one. Same
Right.
one.
The same
He
one.
had a choice. I wouldn't let it go. We yeah, 56 about.
56, you see that. Oh. I tell you, that's long.
Yeah.
Long, yeah.
Well, you know, Auntie Alice,
Long
she's the youngest in her family.
I know.
So there was quite a bit of difference between my mother and her. 14 years there.
Oh.
Yeah.
14 years between
Honey, you remember
Mama
those pictures?
Really?
and Teresa.
Honey,
I like this
remember we talked about
Still call each other honey.
we talked about
So nice.
who is Edna's mother? Who is it? What is her name? What is her name?
My mother, our mother.
Teresa.
Yeah, yeah. And then I finally
Oh, he says
yeah.
it the right way, Teresa.
Teresa.
Yeah.
Oh, always.
Always
Teresa.
Teresa. Yeah. That's the right
But
way.
that's how
That's
Mama
the right
always
way.
said.
Like you know that Perry, what's his name? Kerry Perry, the politician. His wife Portuguese, right?
Mm-hmm.
And her name, they said she
Oh,
is
John
Portuguese.
Kerry.
Yeah, and they
The
mentioned if
Heinz
he was
lady.
president, she would be the first lady. Portuguese first lady.
Big
It is a
deal.
big
Big
deal. But she's not a married. She was married to a Heinz,
That's a
right?
Portuguese.
All the money. But her name is Teresa. They call her the real Portuguese way, but it's spelled this
Oh,
way.
we're not going to go that far.
Teresa.
Teresa is good enough.
Teresa. Well, my middle name is Teresa.
No, you, like
Well, now she's saying
like
Teresa.
we don't play it this
Teresa.
street.
Gotta have a Catholic name, right?
We say it. Yeah.
Teresa, yeah, Auntie Teresa, yeah, Aunt Teresa.
Like a daddy, Manuel. They don't say manual and Manuel.
Manuel,
My
yeah.
mother used to call Manuel, you know,
That's
never
the way
manual.
it was spelled in the Portuguese way.
And you're supposed to say Manuel.
Manuel.
It's
Manuel.
more on the Spanish.
Yeah,
Spanish,
that's it,
and
yeah.
even the Filipinos have Manuel.
Manuel,
too.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Manuel.
That was a common name among
Oh,
the
but
Portuguese.
we
And I remember one time
uh,
my grandson, he had to look up the genealogy in the
Ah.
family.
You said,
So he said,
Why don't-
Grandma, can you help
you
me?
told
And
me
I
over
said,
the phone,
okay.
why
So
don't
I'm
you
telling him the
Edna
names of all the
Elma?
different people.
You,
And it always starts with manual this,
Manuel.
manual that.
Yeah.
And then I stopped and I started laughing. And he said, what are you laughing about, Grandma? I said, don't you notice that all the names are manuals?
yeah, but
She said,
my
"I want to see her."
my family,
Yeah.
That's
my father's
her
side,
main goal
the name was
coming here.
always John.
John.
John Gable,
She was
John Vigilio, John Damaso.
everything we had.
Vigilio?
She
Yeah.
That's an unusual Puerto Rican
Puerto
name.
I believe it.
Vigilio. Never
Yeah.
heard of that.
Vigilio?
Vigilio.
The NP,
That could be
And
Filipino
Emily.
too.
Yeah,
Filipino, yeah.
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 Nice.
Vigilio.
Yeah.
Because
And
she's got Filipino blood in her. You know,
Yeah, but
she
you
would
have
have
them always
Vigilio.
And it's, we came from
Yeah.
the end of Kauai on
He
the
was
other
a different
side,
person.
Kika.
Kikaha.
She was a very
And you know,
good
I'm
lady.
telling you,
Anything,
We had
she was
Filipino
a kind
camp,
because of the
Portuguese
hospital.
camp, Spanish
She was a
camp,
very
Japanese camp,
Yeah, I think Oahu has a lot of them too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was so good.
That
Well,
was-
house neck brothers, Puerto
Try
Rican and
to live with
Portuguese one camp.
somebody so
Filipino and Japanese
Yeah.
one camp.
Yeah.
So that's where it is.
It's like
in
Asians
locations
all
like that.
segregated
Yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah.
Indian, they
Oh,
have to
they
say
were all but we were together, but
At the end, he
separated.
would.
Yeah.
We had one Hawaiian family. What
We
was the
had
last name?
Hawaiian,
What was the
and
last name?
Spanish, Puerto Rican, and Portuguese. One
Who?
camp.
Joe.
What was the last name of that Hawaiian family?
That-
Agnes was
Everybody
Um,
wants to marry you.
Well, his name, the one had the mother
She
in the,
told us
in the
that.
cave.
She told us
No, no,
that.
no, that's Kauai.
Paul,
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 I'm sorry,
Paul,
that's two
Kauai.
there.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
What,
Yeah,
the mother
Paul
in the
Kauai.
cave?
My
Yeah,
mother's
He
His
stuffed her.
brother.
I mean, how does he do that?
This was
After
Paul Kauai.
He
was
he,
a-
he defined his mother
Huge man.
and bombed his own
The
The
mother.
nicest
Hawaiian.
man going to us.
Yeah.
The nicest
And
man.
the
I can see
smartest man with the smartest, he was so
He's a
smart,
good
that man.
person.
He involved
He
his
got
mother.
involved in
She said,
everything,
"Please,
but
bye."
he was experimenting with
Always
Hawaiian
happy.
herbs.
Always happy with
He knew
life.
how to use that.
Yes.
And
Always
one day
laughing,
they
even
didn't
if
see
she's
his
not-
mother. His mother was like an invalid.
Sad.
Sorry,
You didn't
boy.
So
have
one
much
day
sad.
they
You
didn't see his
sad.
mother,
Yeah.
you know, hear about the mother or anything. So they questioned him,
She
and
knew how to,
she
she
wasn't
knows
in the
how to live
house.
life.
Yeah,
So they
she
finally
did.
got it out of him. He had put her down the sea, you know, where we got Opihis,
Ocean.
along the rocks,
Opis,
along
yeah,
the shore,
Koihaka, Koihaka.
in one of the caves there. He took his mother after she died, put her in the cave, and he put all these herbs in her. And he
Embalmed?
preserved
Embalmed? Is that
her,
what-
mummified her. Just like the Egyptians and all the other people, the way they mummified her.
Uh-huh.
And he had her there, and he would go down there every day and be working on with
Yeah.
these herbs. And they found her, and they couldn't believe it later on because he had to take them over to the authorities down there.
Yeah.
And when they saw her body, the morticians, they couldn't believe it.
Wow.
This man had a brain.
She
He
looked
was-
just
you know
like she
Paul
was alive
Kauai,
yet,
Paul
you know?
Kauai?
Huge.
And he used to live
Big.
right in the little corner.
By
Well,
Bobo.
First of my
So
grandmother.
is it still there?
No, the whole camp is
He was living
demolished.
right across the
Well,
way.
But he was so
There was a little
brilliant.
ditch going by.
Remind me, he was an electrician.
Every time you would go to his house, there was a bowl of poi on the table with all the flies
He
flying
used to
around
have
it, you know?
cameras, he would work
That's what
with
they eat poi
cameras
every day. He was
and
pure
show
wine.
pictures on the
Eat
wall.
poi every day, right? But
And he
sour
would invite the
poi.
neighbors and we'd go
No,
there.
no,
It was
no.
like a big thing because we
Just
didn't
the
have too
poi,
many
the
movies in
poi.
those days, and he would have that.
Film on it.
He was so
Yeah,
so
oh,
good.
and then you will
And then
Wow.
peel back.
And I don't know what happened.
They
His
didn't
name
have
was
doors.
Paul
The doors
Kauai.
were open. Flies would go
Kauai
in.
and Kauai.
Yeah, but
And
anyway,
but he
yeah,
had
Paul Kauai.
such a stern look all the
Oh,
time.
yeah?
He made me scared. When I looked at him, I was always afraid of him. Really
You know, how would you know
but he
those
was
really?
gentle. He was
No,
not a
because-
mean man.
Wow, interesting.
It was. It
So wonder
really.
if the bodies.
The body, yeah, and you know what? And he was a taxidermist. He learned that all from books. He went from his Hawaiian herbs,
Yeah.
and then
But nice
they would
looking
bring
Hawaiian
pheasants to
family, yeah.
him after they killed him. You know, the
Let's
pheasants
go to
that
Uncle
used to go
Caesar's
to
daughter. One
Paul,
of Uncle Caesar's daughter,
and he would
Agnes.
preserve
Remember
them.
Agnes Clement?
And
She
Auntie,
really
Auntie
liked it.
Mary, his
Kula.
mother, he
Kula,
gave
that's
one
it.
to her,
Kula.
and then she gave it to me later.
K-U-L-E,
And
right?
that was
Yes, right?
perfectly, after so many years, about 50 years,
No?
perfectly preserved. No feather came out of that bird. And then what happens? My dog go for it.
Oh
He wanted to hunt.
That's right. But that was a
This is
beautiful
you
work.
over here,
And
you know, and
taxidermist
next to
and,
you.
you know, preserving his
You
mother's
can see
body.
her.
And he had the
Oh,
most
when you were a
precious
little boy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
gold
Yeah,
coins,
yeah,
Hawaiian
yeah,
coins.
yeah. And reach it.
Yes,
reach
he
it
had
next
lots
to
of
you.
all very,
It's
what do you
a
call
really
it?
Ancient Hawaiian thing.
Where he went before he
Yeah.
died?
Huh?
He never died in the meal.
I think he did.
And then his son Sammy died not too long after. Poor Sammy was kind of